And we have another Paragon ranked game to review. This time we're gonna follow Pandaz, which is Puzzle Panda, a French player, main jungler. And we have a lot of names here. We do have Bondroot, Killslow, Capo de Capi, and he's playing against Jax in the jungle. And here we're looking immediately in the early game, get a little bit of aggression. We're not gonna stay a long time, but it's kind of free damage onto that Terra, which forced the Terra back, which in a sense it's a little bit of time gain for the offlane matchup, already putting Bondroot into a good spot. And I don't think Panda is gonna be late for his red camp. And also that allow to get kind of a deep ward if Jax were looking for maybe lurking towards getting a gank early. And as you can see, Pandaz is still like arriving on time on his red buff. So I really like that idea. We're going aggressive on the time that in any case we're looking to go back, and we get a little bit of an advantage for our offlaner. Nothing too substantial, but still it's always good because it was kind of free in a sense. So we're gonna get like the red buff here. Gonna take the jump, the ambush after. Well, we use the Unleash to clear. It's been a very long time I've seen a Khaimera game, so that's why I selected that match. Khaimera, I kind of fall off flavor in the meta recently. And so we're gonna see what we're going to do. With Khaimera, it's very important to make your gank count and not fall behind. So here we can see we use one hunt on the red, we use the second hunt onto that big minion on the 2 camp, allowing us to clear efficiently and fast. And here we get the level 3, we're gonna get the Invigorate and going straight to the 4 camp. You can see the Greystone is slightly faster in the clear than the Khaimera is. The Greystone is already starting his 4 camp like a couple seconds ago. One thing to note also with the ambush is that the ambush deals more damage if the target is low HP. So it's better to try to use the ambush on one of the minions that already have lost most of his HP. That way you can actually deal more damage and optimize your clear. So here we're gonna go around the river buff to kind of secure the river buff for our own mid laner. You can see the mana of the mid laner was kind of low, so it's pretty good. And here we're gonna skip the wards to be aggressive, forcing the flash immediately. And now we're gonna go for the teal buff. Since we did this whole rotation and we didn't get the kill, probably Panda is just gonna secure this teal buff for himself. And here we're looking to maybe go for a dive because we know that the flash is down. We're gonna get the stun, get some good damage in. We keep the jump up to secure the kill. And now we're gonna get the kill on a dive. And this type of situation means that no Bondroot is in complete control because his opponent lost so much. When you kill someone when the wave is under their tower, that means that the wave is gonna bouncing back while not getting anything, and so they're gonna lose a lot. In the meantime, we do have Panda looking for an opportunity in the mid lane. He realized that El Cante doesn't have a lot of mana, so it can be annoying here. And once again, it's not really any kill potential, but that means that this gadget is gonna be delayed on clearing that wave, and that means that this Argus, if he had walked towards the lane, could have catch the wave, freeze the lane while the gadget needs to go back to base. And then prepare to maybe push, get some rotation, would have created a lot of space for his teammate. Unfortunately, the Argus doesn't take advantage of that, but that's pretty nice to look for. So here we're gonna finish to clear the blue side jungle, because after the gank we came back towards the mid lane, and so this blue buff and this 3 camp has never been cleared. So now we have to focus back into clearing a little bit our own jungle. And you can see that the enemy Greystone is looking for the invade, getting the 2 camp. Jax is very good at that, punishing junglers that spend a little bit too much time in the enemy lanes. And he's gonna clear both the 2 camp, both the 5 camp. So that means that no Panda is gonna be a little bit late when it comes to getting his big hunt. And so here we're looking at maybe an aggression towards the mid lane. Wait for the stun. Gonna probably force a flash here. And so that's well played, but it was probably a timing that we should have looked for an invade on the 2 camp and 5 camp here. Since Jax was in the dual lane, I feel like that would have been better than forcing the flash of the gadget, because now he's gonna go to his red side, and the red side is already clear by Jax. Very well played by the enemy jungler. And that's what I like about like higher level gameplay when it comes to jungle. There is no all this strategy about invading, stealing camps, all those things. And so here, like, Panda is gonna be a little bit behind when it comes to the farm, because of that situation. As you can see, Jax starting his red side, he's gonna have his whole red side to clear for his level 6, while Panda doesn't have, so he's gonna skip and look for an opportunity to go directly into the wave, being even to the point that he leave the kill to his carrier. Panda really sacrificing himself for his laners. Didn't do his red buff. Gonna get the kill. But you can see that no Bondroot, since we get so much lead early on, no Bondroot is able to secure a kill on the offlane, and so this lane is not in need of getting supported anymore. So Panda is gonna focus on the Fengtus, gonna secure the first Fengtus of the game. I don't think Jax can come to contest, even though, like, he's arriving. Actually, that was very close, but we cannot really like fight that because they have double ultimates, while the team doesn't have anything. Jax still has the ultimate, so we're looking at disengaging. His team is kind of staying around. Jax trying to bait as much as he can. And here we're gonna try like to maybe help the teammate, just show presence, but there is not much we can do. Oh, they go very deep here. So now we can come back into the fight. If we get the shutdown onto Jax, that's a pretty big shutdown. And now we're gonna be able to follow that up. So you can see what Panda has done here, and I really like it. It's overall, he cannot jump in to save his teammate. That would have meant that he died, and so that wouldn't have been a good play. But in a sense, he's still like over a round to show presence. Maybe that would have forced us to disengage. And once the enemy team like actually go too deep, well, he's ready to punish them, and he's gonna secure a lot. He get like a kill. That was a pretty little shutdown on the Greystone. I don't think he got that. I think it was more the Zarus. But overall, being present, securing stuff, finishing his Overlord, and doing the smart thing, being patient, not jumping immediately as soon as he can. I saw a lot of Khaimera do that, and actually Khaimera, yeah, it's pretty straightforward to play, but it's not like you shouldn't be stupid about it. So here we can see we missed the stun, so we're just not gonna go too deep, and probably it's gonna be like the end of that engagement. He also trying to be very aggressive here, but I don't think there is anything to be found as soon as we miss the thunk. And yeah, that's gonna be Killslow dying. Here, a little bit too much force by Killslow. Killslow is the main jungler, is not the main support, and that kind of show here on that play. So we go back to farming because there is nothing to be done. We have a little time to get this 5 camp and know that the enemy team is pushing. Maybe now we can try to play and punish Capo de Capi. Here we got the stun. Gonna get the ultimate. Force the flash. That's gonna be a kill. And here, there is nothing else to be found. We're just gonna help probably to crash that wave. Jax is coming actually, so we're just gonna disengage. Try to get as much damage as we can onto Jax. Jax forced to flash away. That was actually a very aggressive jump because I'm sure Jax didn't have ultimate. And here we're looking for the jump, and we're gonna secure the kill. Rotation from the mid laner, so we're gonna walk away. And we're fine. And you can see how, like, he's not really going in all the time, jumping in. He's just waiting for the right moment, disengaging, but when he can go back in, he go back in, trying to not fully expose himself, and it's just like a smart way of playing Khaimera. And we're 3-0-3. While also having helped a lot his teammate and many lanes, sacrificing a little bit of his farm early on. But yeah, all those engagements have been pretty flawless from him, and sometimes he cannot go in. Like, you have to understand that as Khaimera, sometimes you cannot go in and sometimes you can go in. So here we're gonna take advantage to clear the whole blue side probably. Oh, actually we see that the mid lane is getting aggressed, so you can see Panda immediately rotating towards that lane. Gonna try to get like maybe the body block on Jax. If Jax didn't have the jump, that would have been a lot of damage. Now he has to be careful because they're coming back to him. So here he will have to walk away. Jax looking at doing the mini prime. Panda is a little bit too low to contest that in my opinion. Especially since I assume Jax already have big hunt. So there is not much that can be done here to contest that. So we should just leave it go away. But Bondrewd is maybe looking for something. We're looking at the mid lane to catch that. Be sure the tower doesn't get killed. Here we see Pandaz is trying to make El Cante take some times out of that fight. And here we're gonna try to get the kill, but unfortunately we got the rotation from the Terra, so that's gonna be a kill. But I kind of like what he was doing, keeping the gadget away from the fight, trying to stay in a 1v1 situation where Khaimera excels. Ooh, Bondrewd almost getting the kill. Well, getting the kill and almost getting away from it, but it's not gonna be enough. So that was a shutdown. Pretty good for the Terra. I think it's the gadget that got it though. Would have helped the Terra come back into that match. But still, we're in a pretty good shape on that Khaimera. We're not really like falling behind. You can see in terms of experience, it's a bit behind Jax because Jax is already level 8. Here we're doing 5 camp. We don't have the big hunt though, which is a problem that kind of come from like this early invade from Jax that created like +7 stack for his own hunt, -7 stack for the hunt of Panda. So here, getting this objective is gonna be tough if we don't kill the enemy jungler. But you can see how we go in immediately. Oh, we do miss. And we're gonna get the kill. So now that we got the kill, we can secure the objective. And I love how we play like kind of slow. We keep auto-attacking. We don't jump every time the jump is out of cooldown when we don't need to keep our option open. We got the first kill, then we go to the next target. We play with the wall. We have to be careful though, because now they are pretty big. And that's probably gonna be a dead people. But we secured the Fang Tooth. Bondrewd didn't rotate to that fight, so in the end they secured the Fang Tooth. I think they got a couple kill because they got the Jax and the gadget to lose 4 in the end, but they got the Fang Tooth, plus Bondrewd got the tower, plus a lot of damage on the tier 2 tower, so I think it's not horrible overall for the team. So we keep working. We have the Ruthless Broadsword, the Violet Brooch. I think we're working towards the Basilisk as the second item. For those that don't know, Basilisk is an item that requires 6 stack to be applied, 6 stacks of damage. And Khaimera is very good at applying those 6 stacks. First, because Unleash, you deal almost like 5 auto attacks plus 1 auto attack, you're already fully stacked. Most of the time you just also like ambush before, so it's very fast to fully stack Basilisk. But also the call, the ultimate, it's actually not a single instance of damage, it's actually like 6 different instances of damage that fully maxed out your Basilisk stack when you use your ultimate. This is one of the reasons Basilisk is a very strong item on Khaimera. Here he's trusting his team to win the fight, so he's already pushing the wave to kind of a little bit of a tempo and secure the tower. Here we're gonna go on the tower, trying to secure it. There is no mini prime up, no Fang Tooth up, so the next objective is naturally trying to force towers. And you can see here, once again, that was an opportunity to jump, and I know so many Khaimera would have like jumped aggressively here, but Panda knows that if he jumps here, he's just gonna get stunned and take a lot of damage. So he shouldn't. Now we're trying to turn like the fight around. We're gonna get the dash in by Greystone, which is pretty aggressive, so we're gonna try to reposition ourselves. Killslow is probably dead, so we have to walk away here. No need to give our life, understanding that the support is dead and that we have no kill pressure back. And here the item is finished, so we're gonna go back to base probably. But we see maybe an opportunity to be aggressive on that first of all. If he was stepping forward. But in the end, we're just gonna catch the wave. Trying to bait because his teammates are coming. He's gonna flash, get the stun, get as much damage as he can, and then he trusts his teammate to finish the kill. You see, he was getting kind of low because of the ultimate, so he decided to simply just, okay, I'm gonna disengage. My Twin Blast is competent enough to secure a target that has like 1 HP. So no need to risk my life to get for a 1-for-1 trade. Just disengage, don't stay in the radius of the ultimate, and then you're guaranteed to get the kill without you dying. But very good play here, kind of seeing his team rotating, kind of forcing like the Kira to stay like, oh, what is he doing? I'm gonna kill him. And that was a whole bait, understanding that because he has the flash, you can see the game plan in the mind of Panda was there. I'm gonna jump on it, he's gonna dash away, after I can flash ult, get a lot of my damage, my teammates are gonna arrive, and then we get the kill. If he doesn't have flash there, if he jump at the Kira dash away, probably is in trouble without him having the flash. So it was very important to also have an image on how you are going to play the moment. And here I could see that Panda was ready for that plan. Mini Prime is going to respawn, so Panda is already on it, taking advantage of the fact that Bondrewd has a lot of pressure on the offlane. And all this pressure from Bondrewd is, of course, Bondrewd is a strong player, so naturally he has higher chance to win, but also because of that early dive that put Bondrewd ahead, that Nordistera cannot really contest him. And that creates a lot of space on that side of the map, which secured a Mini Prime before the Fangtus respawn, and now we can rotate towards this Fangtus to try to get this triple Fangtus. And if people watch my channel, you should start knowing that when you have an Narbash in the enemy team, you shouldn't leave them with like triple Fangtus, otherwise it becomes very complicated. And here we try to deal target to the first target, then we get like the stun immediately, and that's a dead Greystone. No jungler, that is pretty good, because that means that no, it's very complicated for them to contest the Fangtus, but still, the fight is going on. We don't have the Twin Blast, we don't have the Argus, that means that we're gonna end up with Killslow also dying, and Panda is alone. Finally, we got the rotation from like the dual lane, which is very, very late. That should have been like a very easy Fangtus for the team, but the dual lane was kind of sleeping on dual lane, so... Still, we have Argus damage, Twin Blast damage. We're gonna try to force it because we have the Mini Prime before the enemy Greystone arrive. And we're gonna secure triple Fangtus. So good disengage by Panda, going towards his teammate, kind of forcing his teammate to come to him, probably was pinging like a madman. And then that allowed them to secure the Fangtus, because after that kill on the Greystone, Fangtus was guaranteed. We just needed the dual lane to rotate to that mid lane fight, and it would have been a very easy situation. Unfortunately, they didn't come, so he had to play it slow, but still find his window. And now we're like 3 Fangtus up with a Khaimera, with an Narbash. It's gonna be almost an impossible game to play for the enemy team. And you can see we're 20-20, so like in terms of score it's very close, in terms of CS it's very close, but in terms of jungle impact we're 3 Fangtus up, 1 Mini Prime to 1 Mini Prime, and we're 5-2-2, and the game plan with a Khaimera and Narbash was always to secure triple Fangtus, and that's exactly what Panda has done. Here we can deal as much damage as we can, we get the flash. We're gonna get the ambush again, which should be enough to secure that kill. Here we're gonna like try to chase that Decker. We get the stun, so we're gonna get the jump, a lot of damage. And that's another pick secured. So we secure 3 pick, so that means that can maybe open up the big ore prime. We're gonna go for a reset before it because we are 2700 gold, which is a lot, and we're gonna finish the Gaia Graves and buy again 2 tonics, so we're working towards an additional item. I wonder what it is. Going like a little bit more tanky here. No, sorry, that was Jax, my mistake, but we got the Gaia Graves nonetheless on the side of Panda to get like a little bit more move speed. And now we see that Panda walked towards his blue side to be on the side of the big ore prime. Naturally, the Factus is done. So as a jungler, you should be like around the next objective your team wants to force or contest. So here we're looking for some rotation towards mid lane because some aggression has been done towards Jax. If we kill the enemy jungler, suddenly that will be a good thing. And here we kind of see that two people is on the right lane. We're looking for something. We're gonna get like the double stun. Very well played by Panda, and that's gonna be a kill. We try to flash to secure a second kill, and that's gonna be immediate double kill. The Decker and the Terra are both gone, and so now we can force the ore prime. Still, the Greystone is up, but we do have an Argus CC, we do have the Sunk from the Narabash, so they should have enough resources to keep this Greystone at bay, and they can also like simply stop the fight. And here we can see they try to turn onto the gadget. Jax is jumping into the pit. He's gonna get like slowed a little bit. We're gonna march to try to follow that. Oh, we get the Sunk. That should be enough. We got the Crash Bang Boom. That's a lot of damage, forcing the ultimate away. And here now we can get like a lot of sustained damage because we get the Narabash heal. Increased stat. His team is securing the ore prime in the meantime. We force the flash out of Jax. And that should be the end of that chase. The enemy Kira split pushing during the whole time. Not really caring. Here we're trying to get the kill onto Panda. That's a lot of damage. He has to be careful. He keep walking away, trying to go towards his teammate. As you can see, Bone Druid was coming, so we try to turn the fight immediately. And I keep saying that time and time again. The safest spot for yourself is towards your teammate. It's not towards your base. And that was a prime example of it here. We decided to go back, I guess, to spend the gold and be back full health. I feel like probably here we would have been fine, but Narabash has no mana. I feel like ore prime regen could have been enough. But, and then we can maybe secure some tier 2 tower or some things around along the line. But we're gonna clear the blue side jungle. And then probably we're gonna rotate towards mid lane to be around the primal Fengtus because Fengtus is respawning. Here we're looking maybe for a pick in mid lane. That's some good damage, and that's dead Kira. Very nice pillar by the Argus. Completely body blocking. Here we're trying to go in, just being a little bit of a nuisance, poking that gadget so this gadget doesn't feel safe. And here we see we're gonna tank the stun so we can get the whole ultimate gone. We're gonna get the call, but probably no, we are dead here. We took a little bit too much damage, unfortunately. But the whole enemy team is getting very low on HP, and so they should be able to pressure that very aggressively with the Narabash, with the ore prime, with 3 people dead in the enemy team. That's for sure an inhibitor, for sure a second inhibitor, and I feel like that could have been like even, it could also be maybe the game. Bondroid looking for the aggression. Ooh. Yeah, the Kira disappeared again. And Narabash keeping all the minions alive. It's gonna be game. They cannot defend. 19 minions under the core. 21, 22, 23, 24. A lot. And that's gonna be GG. So in the end we see Puzzle Panda 7, 3 and 9. And what I really want to showcase here at the end of that match is I was kind of impressed by how it kept having restraint. You can see, like, I feel like a lot of Khaimera players are just like, oh, an opportunity they jump, an opportunity they jump. And half of the game it works, and half of the game it doesn't work. And here you can see that Panda, by being smart, choosing the right moment to jump, throwing the right engagement, baiting people, actually playing a smart Khaimera, kind of increase the amount of time the camera is actually working, even able to play correctly against like those stun, not fully committing, because like, to be honest, jumping onto a gadget is not easy, jumping into a Kira is not easy as a camera, and Panda make it work. So if you're looking how to play Khaimera. Sacrificing a little bit himself for waves in a sense, but not to the point that he falls too far behind. Having the game plan for the triple fang to switch the Narash game, executing it properly and securing the W.